How do I feel about it? I feel very, upset. Like we spent the last fucking 2 years building up Brickbaby, making people love him. And it felt like the podcast was like reaching a climax. We're like 4 or 5 episodes in a row that had like 100K plus. Last night we had more viewers than we had on the No Jumper Show in the past couple years. And it's just like, damn. But I'm not gonna lie, that whole time, people make a big thing out of it. Wack has tried to bring it up a million times, but Brick got his house raided about 2 years ago. They allegedly found an AK. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's what Wack was always saying. And when that charge never got filed, Wack's argument was, oh, you must be a snitch because it never got filed. But then the other theory that we all heard in the background was like, oh, well, what if it's going to get wrapped up into a federal indictment? Because then it would make sense that the cops would like pass on it for a couple years to let shit build up. So it seemed like that's my guess for what they got on Brick, because I haven't seen any of the paperwork that says anything really about what Brick or Luce are being charged with, So that shit is all still kind of up in the air of like exactly what they were doing. Like one part of it though, I will say, is that I'm shocked by how little of this shit is news to me, because like the whole Big U murder thing, the last Adam and Wack podcast is about that exact thing. Wack was talking about the whole fucking time. 600 talked about it a million times. And then some of the Luce and Brick stuff or whatever, like even Luce's came on the podcast before. I could say this because it's out there. It's on the podcast. And he said that he used to be the muscle for Big U doing what? Extorting weed dealers or whatever. And like now we're reading the paperwork and you're like, oh, that was real, because it says it right here in the fucking paperwork that that's what they're coming down on. I think in Luce's head, it's like, oh, no, that was 2-3 years ago, so I could talk about it. It's all good. Exactly, yeah. I feel like a lot of people think that they did something 2 years ago and that means that it's gone, but I don't think
they're
so.
not going to sacrifice their investigation for any